Hello everybody, Hector from Flomix Australia. Welcome back to the channel. Yes, it's funny here. It's been like 8 and 9 months of development and stuff. Yeah, about 2 weeks ago, the sea arrives and we're starting to get everything ready for put it on the sub. You probably question yourself, why is Flomix is going this path? So I wanted to start from the very beginning. Not long time ago, like 3 years and a half, I started soft washing, and I've got a background in tunneling and TBMs, tunnel boring machines. I've been a technician all around the world with these machines, just to collaborate with the manufacturers to increase performance and productivity in those machines. And I think it's followed me this for the rest of my life. So what I did when I started the soft washing, I use my skills for try to find what is in the market and which is going to be really good for performance, reliability, and production. And after starting doing batching with 12 bolts, and I bought my first manifold. Then I used the 240 volts multi-stage pump. I put a dual one as well. I come across with one of these pumps. It was on for sale second hand because the owner had problems from leakages. I bought this machine. So the world is divided about the opinion on this kind of pumps. There is a side that they say they leak, and there is another side that they say they don't leak, and it's basically all about how you set up your pump. Okay. When I first got it, I had some issues on leakage, and it was when I operated the pump over 200 psi, and I used this pump with a manifold, and it had a closed loop. So when you off the trigger, the bypass go into the loop, and if you are using with really high pressure, you get the hammer pressure back in the ending, breaking manifolds or leaking in the O-rings. And so I decided to put some fix in I found a solution, which is installing a relief valve. So rather to stress the manifolds or the joints, I bought one of these relief valves. This is the pressure head and this is the suction head. Okay, so I put one of these in the pressure head, and every time we reach that 20 bar, which is the limit in this pump, 300 psi, the relief valve discharging the pressure. And since then, I never ever had a problem with this pump. Okay, so that's why after 2 years, I never had a problem, and I still have them, and I still love them. And that's why we went this direction. So about 8-9 months ago, contact this manufacturer, which is Udor. You got these pumps as well, an AR45 and P40s, and so I decided to go with the same manufacturer I used it before, and we had some conversations. They were developing this particular pump, which is the same as the one I had, the same as the one I have in my truck, but is the improve of the pump I've got in my truck. So the basics of this pump is the Zeta pump. The original pump has aluminum heads and some different things, and the Americans, about 5, 6, 7 years ago, don't know when, they decide to get this pump and improve it for the softwash industry, and they come up with the pump I've got in my truck, and they sold that pump only in the American market. So Udor Italy decided to improve that pump, and this is the outcome of the pump. So starting for one of the improvements, the manifolds, as you can see, is a single manifold from one of these front manifolds, and it's got only this side of reinforcement. It's also made in two pieces. I don't know if you can see in between there. The focus is not really nice, but it's made in two pieces, and it's welded in the middle in there. So it's exactly where the start leaking when you overpressure the manifolds. They start piecing from here, and so, you know, but they improve the manifold, and they do it in one piece, and they reinforce all around the manifold. So they claim that you're not even gonna need any relief valve because these manifolds can handle up to 600 psi. Okay, so that's one of the major upgrades they've done. More chemical resistant parts in the inside. They've got this triangle to increase the rigidity, similar to the P model. This is the double P, but just a little bit lay down different. Okay, we decided to install them in the Kohler engines. I just think that they are better than Hondas. You know, they're similar price, but anyway, we decided to go with Kohlers this time, and yeah, these ones are pull start. They come in early next year with electric start. They're gonna be obviously more expensive, but these ones, it will start in the first pull. Around 2.5 liters, I think, in the tank. It will run you for 5 hours or so, which is amazing. We've got a version in this pump in electric as well, which is the first diaphragm pump that it can reach 44 liters per minute at 300 psi. The biggest one I could find in the market, it wasn't pushed more than 33 liters per liter with a single phase 220 volt motor. So these ones are like 10 liters more, same psi, way more performance pumps. Okay. In terms of the controller, we decided to go with the DL2. It's got a 2 outlets, so you can actually run it with 2 hose reels. I've got the same one in my truck, and I got one of these small recoiler reels. And I don't use it very often. It's only when I bring my outsider with me to wet the plants in the front, and help me rinsing in the front of the property when I'm in the back. You know, obviously, yes, you lose performance, you lose pressure and flow, but it will be quicker than only using one single hose. Okay, you wanted to use it, is there? You don't want it, you just close one of the valves and use one hose. Okay, but the feature is there for you. This is the bypass line. In case that you don't have a manifold, it's going back to your tank, you know. So if you're going with bypass, you're not gonna need one of these relief valves, because once you off the trigger, the way you go back to the tank, so it's gonna run in cycle. Okay, you want to fresh water, you will need to install a 3-way valve before to get fresh water from the buffer tank. Okay, and I decided to get the remote system, which is a bracket, and the pressure, the inlet for is going to the pump, to this inlet in here. Okay, so you can mount whenever around of your rig, so you have a quick access to pressure and to flow. Okay, so you can adjust it down to 60 psi in case you're doing something delicate, you know, or just reduce the RPMs in the motor, you know. But if you don't want to run the pump above 200 psi, you put it the maximum pressure in there. If you wanted to go to 80 psi for rinsing too, you bring that up, you know, or changing nozzles. But the benefit not having the controller installed in the pump is that you don't have to go over the motor, you know, and do your adjustment, and then you can see really well your gauge. So that's the benefit of that. We will provide a different length of hose that is up to 300 psi in order for you to mount it whenever you like. You can even mount it in the skid in one side, in here, for example, in case that you wanted to mount the pump sideways. Okay. But yeah, we are finishing some little things. I have to get some parts from from Italy to reduce the inlet. This is a 1 1/4 inlet, so we're gonna get a 1 piece 1 inch suction bar in there in order not to get reductions and get the thing that is not really suits our setups. Okay. And there is a lot of little tweaks still have to be done, probably ready for end of the next week. So one of the electric ones is going to Perth, the other one is more or less available. I've been talking with someone else. We have these only 2 available at the moment. I'm waiting for another delivery before end of the year. But anyway, if you're interested to secure one of these pumps, you know, I can take pre-orders. Give me a call, and we can set up something. Also, I wanted to set up one of these new pumps in one of my platforms that I'm using for washing, so people can come over, you know, and try them all before, if they're not really sure, just to make sure that they know what they're purchasing. Okay. Yeah, I think I covered pretty much everything. I'm probably posting in the future a different video with this key start and some things that they're coming into the market from this particular manufacturer. And yeah, we've got just in case some spare parts, and so just to be ready for anything that can be wrong, to be fixed on time. So you got 2 years warranty on the pump and the gearbox, and 3 years warranty in the color engine. Okay. Who is offering this in the market? No, too many, not too many. No, not in the 12 volts or 240 volts. So, and I can tell you that I've been using this pump for 2 years straight, and I even changed a piece for this particular pump. So it's so nice to run into the job site, pull start, and the way you go. Really little consumption and a lot of performance. All right. Thank you for looking. Please subscribe to the channel. We bring in a lot of good videos in there. So if you want to stay tuned, hit the like button and the subscription, and I see you in the next one. Thank you so much. All the best.